At the start of February, we heard calls to ban social media usage for anyone under the age of 16, with the head of counter-terror police in the UK saying, quote, the UK should pay serious attention to Australia's ban on social media for those under the ages of 16. He linked the damage that young people can suffer through social media to be a cancer caused by smoking. The Mirror reported that it comes after it emerged that the Southport killer had watched a violent material on social media, including footage of a bishop being killed in Australia. He watched a clip before leaving his home on the day he violently killed 3 schoolgirls and attempted to murder 8 children and 2 adults last July. When asked if he feels that the Australia ban is a good or whether he supported it, he said the following: I think we can look at a jurisdiction like Australia and ask questions domestically about whether steps should be taken, and he thinks it's positive to move in the direction at the same time. So he is basically for it by the sound of it. The Home Secretary Yvette Cooper voiced her fury on platforms which failed to remove the clip that the murderer had used on the day of the killing. She described it as frankly disgraceful and said the online giants have a moral responsibility to ensure that people cannot access this dangerous material. Ms. Cooper said there have been some further content conversations with the social media companies, and it's her understanding is that much of the material is still online, and frankly this is disgraceful because I think they have a moral responsibility to act, end quote. So does this mean, and does this kind of bring back the question that just because a shocking act of violence can be seen online, does that mean that they should stay online under freedom of speech grounds? Or implying that it's the human's actions that should be held accountable or responsible? Or do you feel it is the platform or the government's job or responsibility to ensure that where the clear line is and remove and punish those who view and upload this type of content? So if we're going to make a similar ban or a similar argument for a ban for social media in the UK, it also then again brings up the question of how you're going to police such a ban or how you're going to keep the law in effect. So, many reports have already explained before, it can be really challenging to ensure that someone under the age of 16 is not lying about their age and then when signing up for a social media platform in the first place, but of course been able to share, this goes without saying, that the role that mothers and fathers play and can play into tackling this challenge. As I explained before, personally I think it's down to all of us, platforms, governments and parents, to ensure that social media is used in the right way and that the right times, down to the parents' values, and through regulation and content monitoring, parents' controls, etc., can ensure that our children are watching and reading the content that's going to educate and inspire them to hopefully become well-rounded young people who will think for themselves. But in my view, that's just my view. I would love to hear what you think in the comment section down below. I think that this is obviously a large conversation, a large problem, but I think that the solution isn't just going for the social media companies and pushing the social media companies to just be solely responsible. As I said, I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, or it is of course very challenging and very difficult, but I think that we as a community, as a whole, governments, social media platforms and parents need to do a better job at monitoring what their children are viewing online and having a level of tech control, having a level of boundary setting, having a level in line, of course, with those parents' values, as I alluded to. But I think it's really important that we start tackling and having a larger conversation about, what content is online, but also is the solution to remove it, because surely that would just push it underground. Rather, can we educate our kids? Can we educate parents on how to do that? Can we educate and can we make sure that maybe stronger parental controls are in place, for example? But that's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section down below.